This old guy DIY video has to do with a $2 solution to a $185 problem. This piece here in the front is called a bolt wedge, part number 75540-56810, for a front end loader for a Kubota L2550 from 1987. So you see where this thing is all chewed up. That's supposed to be a straight profile from there down to here. But I noticed last year that my loader was bouncing around a lot, and the end of this bolt was hanging out here about 3 inches, and that's not supposed to happen. So initially, when I saw this was all chewed up, I thought, hey, I'll drill a hole and put a cross pin in there, and then when I stick it back in where it belongs, down there, that cross pin will keep it from going all the way through, and I can put my bolt on this side and everything will be fine. So I did that, but when I went to use the loader, this thing would hop up and down like nobody's business. So then I went online and I saw that a new one of these is $185. So I pulled the one off the other side, and the one on the other side does look like new. And I put it in this spot, tightened it up, and tried it, and the loader still jumped all over. So that tells me that this mating piece on the loader itself is all chewed up, and I didn't want to take the loader off and get that welded or do whatever it takes. So I asked myself, what's an easier answer? And I said, self, if I drilled a hole here, since there was already a hole through this gray part that's part of the tractor, if I drilled a hole into the orange part of the loader and then put a 1/2 inch bolt in there, that should hold this whole thing together. And I'm using a 1/2 inch grade 5 bolt with a 14,100 pound shear strength. So the loader's only rated for 1,600 pounds before the hydraulic cylinders tap out. So I should never break this bolt. So anyway, I had to take it and cut one side off so the thing will fit in. Here's the regular grade 2 bolt that I had in there for the last year. But I just took a grinder and ground that off so the bolt will fit down here into the little hole. And what I've done now is just taped that bolt to a little screwdriver, and I'm going to put it in there, snake it through, just come in from this side, and I'll push it up so the threads are out here, and once the threads are out, I can grab it, put a lock washer and a nut on it, and it will be good forever. We'll see how this goes. So with the screwdriver taped to the bolt, I was successful in aligning this, and the bolt comes out like a rabbit sticking his head out of the hole. So now I'll put the lock or the split washer and the nut on there and tighten it up. I was successful getting the bolt in and tightening it down. And last fall when I did this, rather than use the duct tape to a skinny screwdriver technique, I just stuck a small magnet that has about an 8-inch handle in there, and I was able to grab it that way. I couldn't find the magnet today, so I went with the tape and screwdriver technique. I was able to recover my screwdriver, a little bit of tape on it. So now I'll put the pin back in, and I'll show you what this side looks like when it's buttoned up, and then I'll also show you the other side, and then we'll be ready to go dig a pond. So this side is buttoned up, and it takes a 22 millimeter open end wrench to tighten these things up. And then if you don't have a 22 millimeter, well, you can use any open end wrench and just use this thing as a pry bar effectively. I'll show you what the other side looks like without this bolt in it. And this is what the other side looks like. So you have the lock washer, this double nut assembly, and right here you can see there is no hole through the loader itself. So that's what I put in on the other side. I just drilled a 1/2 inch hole there and then brought that grade 5 bolt in, and now I have both sides held solid. So I imagine this one will wear out eventually, and I'll do the same operation over here, but I'm going to wait a while before I do it. I hope this video helped you. Have a great day.